This is the Pendulate Jighead by Big Bite Baits, and as you can see, it has the ability to swivel right up here. It's all built in. You can turn it. It comes in multiple sizes, and it's been designed for usage on the forward-looking sonar type applications. You know, much like the Garmin LiveScope. Whether you're a bass fisherman or a pan fisherman or really whatever species that you're looking at, it comes in 4 different sizes. And we're going to be spending some time looking at it, as other people have, and how it performs. And there's a lot of good reasons to have a jig head exactly like this.
You know, one of the biggest trends over the past 4 or 5 years has definitely been the forward-facing sonar. And one of the big things that we've learned, especially fishing there at home on Table Rock, some of our clear water lakes, where we do a lot of vertical fishing, is LiveScope's a big deal in that aspect too. And this new Big Bite Pendulate head is going to be the perfect head anytime you're wanting to vertical fish. It's going to come with this new Gamakatsu specially designed wide gap 3/0 hook. It's going to be available in 4 sizes. We've got an 1/8, 3/16, 1/4, and 3/8. So it's going to be a bait that you can use for so many different aspects: crappie fishing, pan fishing, bass fishing, walleye fishing. I mean, this Pendulate head is going to be a tremendous head anytime you're wanting to fish a bait vertically.
There we go. You got it. Oh, I mean, catch them all, every different species. Anchor lock right there. Bass, crappie, white bass, walleye. I think this jig will pretty much cover all the bases. That head is going to be pretty unique. You can rig this jig head with a lot of different sizes of baits. It comes in 4 different sizes of heads, and it's going to give you the ability to finesse fish vertically or in a casting situation. One of the things I really like about it is the way that the head will spin right like this to eliminate line twist and allow you to be able to use it a lot in those forward-looking sonar type applications. I use Garmin LiveScope a ton. Whether I'm fishing over brush piles for bass, crappie, panfish, whatever it may be, or I'm casting to fish out in front of me with, you know, a finesse type bait. And this type of a jig head is going to give you the opportunities to present the bait better, less line twist, a great hook that'll be able to handle any size fish that you're going to hook. And, you know, like I said, a variety of baits can be used in it from a finesse type standpoint. Oh, this is going to be a good one. We're into juice. We're into juice. This one feels like he might have a little short. Ooh, got a largemouth. Like I said, we've got a little bit of everything. This little jig head's got some abilities. I thought that was probably a largemouth the way he come out of that brush pile. That's the thing about this forward-looking sonar, the LiveScope. Perfect. You can, after you see some of these fish, you get kind of an idea of what each one of them does and how they react and interact and come out of there. A little Gamakatsu swim on and Pendulate jig head, a little largemouth. All right, let's go back, buddy. You know, an advantage of a jig head like this with the swivel basically built into the head of it is a couple of things in my opinion, and we're going to learn more about it as we use it, but the fish can't get as much leverage when he's throwing his head back and forth when you're fighting them, or those fish are jumping out there because the line tie is locked in. And this line tie, like we've seen, it rotates and moves around. So as the fish shakes his head, it's going to kind of work in and around those head shakes out there to lessen the ability for that fish to throw the bait. Secondly, this type of a pendulum moving type device, the swivel right here, is going to lessen your line twist, and that's obviously a big key in spinning rod type fishing. It's so easy, really in any kind of fishing, to get coils built up, or your line can just, you know, get a little extra slack in there. And what happens when you get a coil in there, and I'll kind of bend my line like this, you know, that's line or slack that you've got to pick up when you're setting the hook. But in this case here, the way that the bait is setting and hanging, you're not going to have that type of situation while you're out there. So whether you're using it in a finesse bass fishing type situation, or you're pan fishing, you're using it in forward-looking sonar, whatever type of situation that you're looking at, it's just going to be another tool to help you generate more bites, but also not lose them when you hook them up. There he is. Crappie. That's so fun. You know, the whole forward look in the Panoptix Live Scope by Garmin has just changed the way that I like to fish for panfish, largemouth, any kind of fish. Basically, they're just it's a lot of fun looking at them. And you know, got one little brush pile out here. We're dropping this Pendulate Jighead with a little swim on bait from Big Bite on there, and I'm using 10-pound Sunline Sniper with a 10-pound actually braided line, and just dropping it down here, and it's a really light bite, you know, and pull them out of there. It's such a fun way to catch fish. That won't ever get old.